Are you building a community, but you're nervous about community technology? Well, you are in the right YouTube video, my friend, because I am going to walk you through my favorite technology that is both low cost and easy to use for community builders in 2024. I am Carrie Melissa Jones, and my organization, the CMJ Group, has helped hundreds of organizations and leaders build thriving online communities. So I'm going to pull back the curtain on some of the tools that we are using this year. I'm going to do this in a kind of fun way. This is going to be very meta. So first I want to share with you this tool, Loom. I'm using it right now to record this video. I love it because you can record with my little, very meta, circle of myself here, and then I can have a background, or I can just have it be full screen. I use this all the time in my community to create tutorials for my members. I also use it to create entire courses. It is so valuable. And if you are an educator or a teacher, it's also free. So that's awesome. Take advantage of that. The second tool I want to talk to you about is one that you may have heard of before. I assume you have. If you haven't, welcome. It's called Zapier. Or if you want to be fancy, you can call it Zapier. I've heard people call it that before. I'm going to call it Zapier for this video. It's a tool that integrates all of your different technologies so that you can create all kinds of automations. It used to be really intimidating to use because you almost had to think like a developer, a programmer when you were building with it. But now they've installed this kind of AI technology on top of it. So you can query inside of Zapier and say, I want to connect this system with this system so that I can send an email when someone clicks this button on my website. Well, it will start building that for you. So it's become so much less intimidating over the last couple of months. I highly recommend it. My entire business is running off of Zapier right now. And so I'm just using it constantly. The next one I want to talk about is Edgar Allan Poe. It's actually just called Poe. Okay, it's Poe.ai. It is a chatbot aggregator. It's actually owned by Quora, and they've brought together different chatbots like ChatGPT. They've brought together Claude by Anthropic, which is my favorite of the moment. And you can also create your own chatbot within the app. Now, it has a mobile app, it has a desktop app, it is so easy to use, and then you can get multiple different perspectives from different chatbots all at once. I love this tool. The next one I want to talk about is something I'm only going to say one word about, and that's Zoom. I don't need to say anything more about it. It's still very useful. I think it's very much worth the subscription price. We run all of our events on it, even though we use Circle. I just find Zoom is so much more familiar to folks. All right, the next one I want to talk about, and I'm not going to spell the whole thing out. I'm going to just call it Menti. It's called Mentimeter. It is a facilitation tool you can use to run live polls inside of a workshop or even a conference talk that you might be giving. It's something that I learned about through Daniel Stillman, who is a facilitation guide and coach. And my director of strategy, Kelly Shetron, is obsessed with this tool, and she got me totally obsessed with it too. So we almost never run a workshop anymore without using Mentimeter. Huge fan. It is free to use at the most basic level. Next one I want to talk about is one you might have also heard of before, and that is Mural. That's horrible writing. I'm so sorry. Mural does the same thing. Miro does the same thing. But I find that in a tech-savvy group, a group that is really comfortable with technology, it is one of the fastest ways to collaborate remotely. There's no better tool that I know of. Some people will use, like I said, Miro, or you can use Figma like this, but it's really built like a online whiteboard. I actually hosted an in-person workshop this year, and someone said it's like an in-person Miro board. So that's how comfortable people are getting with it. And then the last one I want to talk about, it's surprising that it's taken me this long to get this much use out of it. It's Google Forms. Okay, here you go. There, you're seeing me write in cursive. It's not very good. Google Forms. For the longest time, I was a huge Qualtrics fangirl. Now, it costs thousands of dollars per year, and for a lot of organizations, hundreds of thousands of dollars per year. I have become the biggest detractor from Qualtrics because Google Forms unless you're running really robust research like I did in grad school, you can get most of the utility you need out of Google Forms free options, which are free if you have Google Suite. So there's really no reason to get more complicated than this. I know a lot of people are Typeform fans, and in fact, I pay for Typeform and have long wondered why. It is a little bit more fancy and user-friendly, but I just find Google Forms to be so intuitive. I've worked with clients big and small, and they're both totally cool with using Google Forms. It's also just very easy and intuitive. So these are all the tools I want to share with you today That's all I got. But now I want to hear, I just drew my face. Now I want to hear from you. What tools are you using in 2024? What are you finding most helpful? And what is the thing that you're like so surprised you can get this much value out of a tool that costs so little? Let me know in the comments. I would love to chat with you further. Take care, everybody.